Day one of training camp. Let's shine a little light on that situation. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, today is day one of training camp. I say that because they're not going to really be on the field and they didn't really do any work. But it's technically day one, so I'm calling it day one. Tomorrow might be day one, and I'm a day ahead, but it is what it is. Day one of training camp. Also, yes, I got a DDW sign, and I could change the colors on it. Now, I haven't decided whether orange or the green or the white. Now, you let me know, because I got orange here. I got the green here. Should it be white or should it be orange? Ooh, green or orange? Which one do you guys prefer? I'm going to stick with white for now, just because I got the orange and the green on opposite sides of me. So today I'm going to give you guys an update on who showed up, all the stuff that's happening, give you little tidbits of what Brian Flores said in his press conference before 10 o'clock press conference, give you little tidbits on what Wilkins, Baker, Gaskin had to say. But before we jump into all that, I got to shout out a new patron, which is Drip ENT. Thank you so much, bud, for joining the Patreon. And 2 new members, and Mr. Frostbite and BDog1323. Thank you guys so much. If you want to join the Patreon, it is linked below. And if you want to join and be a member, just hit that join button. You get special perks for different things, and you decide where you want to go. But if you want to, it is linked below. Also, Backroom Collections has some new stuff, has some new art. I'll pop it up. They sent it to me. Go over there. The link for that website is in the description. Use the promo code DW, get yourself 10% off. So let's jump into what happened today. First and foremost, Miami Dolphins have signed Liam Eichenberg. So all of the rookies are signed. Can't say the same thing for the Jets with Wilson not showing up at camp because he isn't signed yet. But the Miami Dolphins are all signed up. All their rookies. So that's good. Big news from today. And I kind of talked about it in a few of my videos on the live stream, even on Twitter. Go follow me on Twitter, especially during this time of the year. Go follow me on Twitter because I can be really more interactive. You can get more stuff quicker from me. Then I come and make a video. Xavien Howard showed up for camp, and a lot of us expected that, being that he didn't want to get fined $50,000 a day, but he showed up. I'll post the video of him showing up, giving the knuckles to Jakeem Grant. What does this mean? I don't know. I've said this time and time again. Just get in the building and sit down, have a conversation with him, see if you can hash things out, come to a mutual understanding, and work towards him staying on the team and continuing having us one of the best defenses in the NFL. Very, very important. Preston Williams is going to start on the physically unable to perform list. Now, that is called, in short, PUP, P-U-P, physically unable to perform. You think it'd be like PUP, because the two, but, acronyms they don't use. Whatever. So Preston Williams will start on the PUP. Give you guys a little backstory or a little what the heck is PUP. The way PUP works, and they went through conditioning work today. So say someone came in and they failed the conditioning test, they would start camp on the PUP. They're physically unable to perform in camp doing anything, whether it comes to running routes, comes to anything, you're physically unable to perform. You can get off of the PUP at any point. Literally today, Preston Williams could be on the PUP. Tomorrow, he can be off. Not saying that's going to happen because he had, surgery and all that stuff, but with the physically unable to perform, you can be on it one day, you can be off it the next day, you can be on it for a week, you can be off it. It's very quick. Once you show and once you can perform and once you let the doctors know, hey, I can perform, look, I'll do the tests and I pass it, you take you right off of that. But yes, today is a lot of checking in. Today is a lot of conditioning. Today is a lot of just, learning and meetings and this and that. So no big craziness today. Either tomorrow or on Thursday is when they'll start doing on-field stuff. Now, think of it as with helmets. Think of it as mini camp, but with helmets on. So they're going to be doing no contact, no tackling to the ground, no 100% speed. That will come on Tuesday. So today is Tuesday. So next Tuesday, that is when the team will be doing padded practice, first padded practice, which Tuesday, the 3rd of August, is the first padded practice. So I'm very, very excited for that. So those are just the little tidbits of information I got for you right now. X showed up. Good. Fantastic. Happy about that. Everyone showed up. There is not one Miami Dolphin player that did not show up to camp today. Yesterday, there was news that the Dolphins signed a tight end, Carson Meir, and then the Dolphins waived undrafted free agent Jabri Blunt, the basketball player, on an injury settlement. So that was news that happened yesterday. So let's now talk about essentially what is happening with today and Brian Flores' press conference. So he came out, and I'll give you a little tidbits of what he said again. Him and all of the players, you can go on the YouTube channel for the Miami Dolphins, and you can hear the press conferences there. So he said, players reported today, we're excited to get started. It's like the first day back in school. Guys you haven't seen in weeks, months. Guys are excited to see one another, check out the new facility, again, kind of get acclimated. So again, that is kind of what they're doing today. They're getting acclimated. This is the first time they're in this new facility. This is the first time some of the guys have seen this new facility. So it's getting acclimated, unpacking, and then meetings and all that stuff. They ask him about vaccinated versus unvaccinated. And he says, I've never liked to get into anyone's medical situation. I'm not going to pressure anyone. I'm just going to give them the information. If we're going to work around something, we're going to work around it. And you guys know I don't like talking political on here. You guys know I keep things quiet. I don't like, and it seems like the vaccination thing became a political thing, became a divisive thing, divisive thing. And I don't really, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to tell you whether I'm vaccinated. I'm not going to tell you to get vaccinated. That is something, if somebody wants to get vaccinated, they did their research and all that stuff, fine. If you don't want to get vaccinated, that's your choice. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Nothing more, nothing less. He says everyone has their own personal reasons behind getting vaccinated or not getting vaccinated. I respect everyone's choice in the matter. I'm not going to judge anyone's commitment to the team. 100% agree with you, Brian Flores, and those are my sentiments as well. Talk about Xavien Howard. We're excited to work with X and all the players that are here. He's a great player. Looking forward to kind of building over the course of training camp. I hope and pray to everything holy on this earth they come to some type of understanding, some type of agreement of just play this year, X. You play this year, you have another 7 interception year this year. We'll give you a contract extension, or we'll do what you feel is right by you. Just play this year. Play what you have your guaranteed money. You're making $15 million, I think, this year. Just play this year. Like I said, he's in the building. Sit down, have a conversation with him. What's the matter? What's going on? What is really bothering you? Because there's rumors out there with X that it's not about the money. It's about the respect. But then there's rumors out there that it is about the money. Why is Byron making more than him? But then there's rumors out there that it's not about. Sit down with the kid, have a conversation with him. What's going on? Kid? Freaking 28. Why am I saying kid? Sit down and have a conversation with the guy. See what's going on with him. Asked about Tua. He said he's made a lot of progress, I would say, throughout the spring. That was his first OTAs. Yes, his first OTAs. But this will be the first training camp preseason where he'll be able to meet, practice, perform in games healthy. All of it. We're excited about Tua, really excited about all our quarterbacks. Do you notice? Tapping on my water. Do you notice what? I'm going to pop it up. I'm going to pop up this text. Let me screenshot it. I'm going to pop up what I just read to you. And I'm going to circle in red something that he said. And it's a huge contradiction to what has been said in the past. And it's a huge contradiction that some fans argue with. He said, and I quote, but this will be the first training camp preseason where he'll be able to meet, practice, perform in games healthy. All of it. healthy. People have argued that Tua wasn't 60% last year. Tua was 100%. They wouldn't let Tua play if he wasn't 100%. And I don't blame those people for feeling that way, because Brian Flores even said we wouldn't play him if he was 100%. He wasn't 100% last year. You saw it in his play. And Brian Flores literally just said it now when he said this, the first time healthy. Healthy. He is finally healthy. Let's see what this kid can do. Very interesting. I find that very, very interesting, but it also contradicts what he said last year. There's a ton of players who don't start the season 100%. Byron Jones wasn't 100%. He was banged up in training camp. He wasn't 100%. He went into the season. He got hurt the second game of the year. And then he played the rest of the year not 100%. Xavien Howard came into the season not 100% last year. Tua was not 100%. But now Brian Flores is saying he's healthy. So that's what Brian Flores had to say. And I got a little tidbits from Wilkins, Baker, and Gaskins. Wilkins saying he passed. He aced his conditioning test. I have very high hopes for Wilkins. I like to see a huge jump from Christian Wilkins this year. He says he's taking Jalen Phillips under his wing, which, good. I want this defensive line to be extremely dangerous. With Jerome Baker, he said he's happy to that X is here. And he says he's a very important part of this defense. And I agree. Having that combination of Byron and Howard are just ridiculously important. And then finally, Myles Gaskin, who came in looking big. Omar Kelly said it. I didn't see it. Omar Kelly said he looked big, looked much bigger. He said, somebody asked him essentially, what do you do without pads on? Because without pads, we can't get a good judgment on the offensive line, the defensive line, the running backs, and the linebackers. You need the contact, you need the pads, you need all that stuff. And he says without the pads, I work on my separation, my route running, that aspect of the running back game, which I find very interesting because he was very good at it. Look at that Raiders game. Fitz dropped off a 5-yard pass. Gaskins took it the rest of the way for that touchdown. But that's what I got for you today from training camp day 1. You guys know if there's more news that breaks later on today, you'll get a video. But that's just for day 1 of training camp. Be sure to comment below. What are your thoughts on the fact that Xavien Howard's here? What are your thoughts on Preston Williams starting on the physically unable to perform list? What are your thoughts on the fact that Brian Flores said healthy, first time healthy, Tua? And I'm going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. Comment comes from Twitter, and it comes from Carlos, and he says, how is Joe Burrow further ahead on his recovery than my man, Preston Williams? It might be because of a different type of injury, but I know Joe Burrow's injury was probably and is worse than Preston Williams, and it also might be the time that their injuries happen. I think Joe Burrow's, if I'm wrong, you can correct me, was earlier than Preston Williams. I might be wrong about that. Also, it could be that the Dolphins are slow playing it, whereas the Cincinnati Bengals need their quarterback out there and hopefully aren't rushing him out there to force another injury. I hope he plays a full year. But there could be many different scenarios on why Joe Burrow seems to be further ahead in his recovery than Preston Williams. Again, Preston Williams, they might just be slow playing it. That's why they have 12 wide receivers right now in the room, just because they don't need him to be out there right now. He'll probably, like I said, the physically unable to perform list, you can come off it at any point. So he might be on there. He might be off later, like in a week or two. Like he probably won't play preseason game 1, but he'll probably play preseason game 2. If that answers your question. But thank you, Carlos. I know a lot of, just to address something real quick. I know a lot of you guys, because I'm reading it, and some people say like, why don't you pick my comment, or why are you ignoring me, or why are you dodging me, and all that stuff. When I go through the comments, if I already answered the comment, so like some comments have asked me like, what do I think of this or that? And if I already answered them in previous videos, I want to get a fresher take on here. So that's why sometimes I won't pick yours, because I already answered it. It's nothing against you. It's just I already answered it. So if I am consistently answering the same question over again, it gets stale. But I'm not dodging questions, and I'm not ignoring you, especially on live streams. You know how quick that sucker goes? I can't see that stuff that quick. But thank you guys so much for commenting. Comment below. Put comment of the day before it if you want to be part of comment of the day. This one was from Twitter because there was no comment of the day video or comment of the day comment before and for the last couple of videos. So be sure to comment below if you want to get a part of comment of the day. Check out patchvibes.com. Use the promo code DDW. They got a ton of great patches, t-shirts, pins, mugs, all that good stuff. Check all that out, and check out Miami Sports Music, a great group of podcasters, YouTubers, me, K-Flex, and TD, all together. Solo D and Steven started this great network. Go check it out. Other than that, I'll see you if more news comes out today, but I'll definitely see you tomorrow in training camp day 2. So like usual, stay classy. Fins up.